Now taking the field, the Marching Saints of St. Clair High School. The Marching Saints are also joined on the field tonight by 35 alumni of the band program. These students represent classes for the last 23 years at St. Clair High School. Welcome, home alumni. Drum majors, is the band ready?
No, pizza? Just pizza, do you want water or popcorn? I have water.
Tonight, the Marching Saints are celebrating a Division I rating at MSBOA Marching Band Festival on Tuesday. The Marching Saints receives straight ones for the rating, the highest rating possible. We will play our closer from that award-winning show tonight, Are You Gonna Be My Girl? Ladies and gentlemen, the Marching Saints.
Tonight is homecoming at St. Clair, and we're proud to begin our homecoming festivities for 2022. As our homecoming court starts to move forward, we'd like to begin this evening by introducing you to our foreign exchange students. Martina Ruiz Torreon is from Spain. Her host parents are Moria Menke and Patrick Courier, who are escorting her tonight. Martina loves art, traveling, and spending time with family and friends. Gabriel Bourne is from France. His host parents, Kimberly and Michael Schneider, are escorting him tonight. Gabriel is participating on the St. Clair cross-country team. He also plans to study engineering at university. Riccardo DeSanti is from Italy. His host parents, Kimberly and Michael Schneider, are escorting him tonight. Riccardo plays soccer for St. Clair, and he plans on going to university to study architecture. And now the freshman class of 2026 representatives. Sylvie Larch is the female representative for the 9th grade class. She is being escorted by her parents, Nate and Joanna Larch. Sylvie plays basketball, softball, and is a co-captain of the freshman volleyball team. Nick Vitale is the male representative for 9th grade. He is being escorted by his parents, Salvatore and Jennifer Vitale. Nick plays football and wrestles for St. Clair. Our sophomore representatives from the class of 2025 are Vivian Pergiccioni. She is being escorted tonight by her parents, Tony and Amy Pergiccioni. Vivian enjoys biking, skiing, traveling, and spending time with family. Joey Turner is the male representative for 10th grade. Joey is being escorted by his parents, Jim and Kimmy Turner. Joey is playing baseball and basketball for St. Clair. He's also a member of the Marysville Assembly of God youth group. Our junior class of 2024 representatives, Addison Blank is the female representative for 11th grade. She is being escorted tonight by her parents, Craig and Tara Blank. Addison plays softball, volleyball, and basketball. She's also a member of the National Honor Society and Links program. Liam Nesbitt is the male representative for 11th grade. He is being escorted by his parents, Bill and Chris Nesbitt. Liam plays varsity football and plays golf on the team in the spring. And now the class of 2023 homecoming king and queen finalists. Aubrey Donaldson is being escorted by her parents, Jeremiah and Jana Donaldson. Aubrey is very passionate about playing soccer and playing for the Saints and a travel soccer team. Ethan Hart is being escorted by his parents, David and Danielle Hart. Ethan plays varsity soccer for the Saints and has been a team captain for 2 years. Peyton Lever is being escorted by her parents, Abe and Cheryl Lever. Peyton plays volleyball for the Saints. She's also an active member of Student Council and the National Honor Society. Keegan Malcolm is being escorted by his parents, Dean and Michelle Malcolm. Keegan is a member of the National Honor Society. He also plays tennis and baseball for the Saints. Alyssa Van Buskirk is being escorted by her parents, Patricia and Sean Van Buskirk. Alyssa is a member of the cheer team and on the yearbook staff. Hunter Richardson. Hunter is being escorted by his parents, John and Joyce Richardson. Hunter plays football, basketball, and runs track for the Saints. Julia Roush. Julie is being escorted by her parents, Brian and Janelle Roush. Julie is a member of the wrestling team. She's also a member of St. Martin's Lutheran Church and an advanced placement student at St. Clair High School. Warren Westfall. Warren is being escorted by his father, John Westfall. Warren is a member of the National Honor Society. He's also a member of the Saints track team and the wrestling team. And here this evening to do the ceremonial passing of the crown, the homecoming queen from the class of 2022, Maya Freeland, and class of 22 alumni, Eli Lohr. And now your 2022 class of 2023 homecoming king and queen are King Hunter Richardson, and Queen Alyssa Van Buskirk. Congratulations to Hunter and Alyssa and all these fine young people representing St. Clair High School.
Hi, I'm Greg Ross. I'm the Assistant General Manager at Magna here in St. Clair. I've spent almost 20 years with this company, and I can personally attest that at Magna you will work hard, but you will be given an opportunity if you're willing to take it. I've been a leader at this division since very near the beginning. I know this team. Our leadership team is committed to listening and driving forward every day towards our goal of world class. Join our team and let's create the future of mobility together. Apply today at magna.com/careers.
All right, welcome back, Saints fans, to CTV. Alongside Coach Denny White, I'm Brad Robbins. We're back on homecoming night after we've crowned the king and queen. Congratulations to tight end, number 88, Hunter Richardson, on being homecoming king, and Alyssa Van Buskirk named the homecoming queen for 2022. Obviously, they're in the class of 2023, but we're not there yet, and they're enjoying their night. Saints enjoying their night, up 28-6 over the Hazel Park Vikings. Coach, they came out, did a lot of things we haven't seen this offense do throughout the first part of the football season, and they're looking to build on it here.
I think they look really good. If they can maintain it through the second half, it'll be an exceptional game.
Yeah, they could put it all together tonight. We were looking for a touchdown in that later half, or later possession. Unfortunately, Kari Hurt got loose and scored for the Vikings, but it was all Saints early, and they receive here after winning the toss in the first half. And they're going to get a return out near the 30-yard line, the 27, and that's where they'll take over and start their drive. toward victory here. And they did a lot of their work through the air. Peyton Ellis with 3 touchdown passes in the first half. And we haven't seen as much emphasis through the air from the Saints. Obviously, the heavy workload typically goes to Logan Ellis, but they gave him a break, and they got Peyton Ellis with his feet set.
Well, and I think it worked well because now that the defense is aware of the receiver's ability along with Peyton's arm, that it's going to open it up for Logan if that's the decision.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about the Vikings loading up the box a little bit, not having somebody over the top. We'll see if they make an adjustment here. And to your point, should leave one less person.
And they didn't.
There's nobody up top.
No.
Formation might have something to do with it. They're going to go right to Ellis here, first carry of the game, much like they did in the first half on the first drive. He's going to pick up a couple. Saints did a good job staying on schedule. Ellis did throw 2 picks, one of them a really nice play by, I think it was Rashad Boyd, who cut in front of Hunter Richardson, but a pretty good first half nonetheless out of Ellis and through the air. Saints spread it around. We mentioned the 2 touchdown catches by Oles. There was one by Nesbitt. I know there was a reception as well by Michael Reed. They looked for Luke Gabriel on a pass as well. Then they looked for Richardson a couple of times, and we've seen this as well. Ellis on a designed keeper. Going to get good yardage across the 40, almost to the 45 for a first down.
That linebacker must move with the motion man just to open that spot.
Had the guy go across, and then, of course, Ellis just kind of following his brother through a designed hole. That one goes for a good gain. Left side of the offensive line doing a nice job there. And then we've seen a couple of instances where that right side just bulldozes down the entire. Ellis under center. Ooh, kind of a jump cut into the tackler, number 7, Nick Brooks. So nothing much there. Short gain for Logan Ellis. The Vikings had a little bit of trouble with the center quarterback exchange. That was when Carson Meeks was in for Hazel Park. They switched about halfway through, and it was James O'Neal leading the charge. It'd be interesting to see. Obviously, a lot of folks, both teams playing both ways. Quarterbacks included.
There you go.
Good run here. Ellis breaks free. Let's see how healthy that leg is. He's trying to outrun Nick Brooks. And, they're going to call him just short. Just ran out of gas.
If we have the big board, we'd see that.
Here you're going to see it on your replay. Really nice job splitting defenders. Brooks trying to track him down, and I think actually that they got that call right. It looked like his knee was down. He was trying to stretch out, but he's just short. Hopefully he can get his breath back so that he can finish the job here. It feels like he earned it. We'll see if they go with him here on a carry. Ellis with a good run. Didn't play last week. Looks a little winded on camera. Let's see if he's got enough in the tank to get a yard. Peyton Ellis under center. They're going to give him a shot.
Ooh.
And he stays on his feet. Oh, they say that he didn't reach across, that his knee was down before he made the effort. So you kind of saw it on your screen. He was stopped originally, and then he kind of slowly creeps over the top. We're not going to have an angle to say whether or not his knee's down right there, but it doesn't look like it, and did that look like he broke the plane. So Saints got stopped there, and they'll have 2nd and 1. Ellis stays in the game in the backfield, probably pretty winded at this point. Going to give him another shot. This time it's going to go. And Saints right away after a big couple of runs. Well, excuse me, one big run in particular, but then a couple more tries. And then Logan Ellis, the senior, punches it in. Going to see pretty much same play call. Still on the Michael Reed giving a little push, doing a nice job along with that offensive line. Kleeman that time out in front. And the Saints haven't had a whole lot of success kicking extra points, but they're going to keep trying them. Connor Gunn just needs to get the ball elevated a little bit. And they can't quite do it, so it's going to be 34-6, 9:04 to go in the third quarter, but a really nice job to come out of half and go get that touchdown right back that they gave up at the end of the second. So momentum squarely on the side of the Saints. This has been the game that they've really seemed to just kind of put it together offensively a bit. The defense we mentioned plenty of times has just been solid all year. They continue to be here this evening. And we had company up here, Coach, for the entire first half.
Yes, we did.
And the Hazel Park coaching staff, and they have elected to be on the sideline, it would appear, because nobody up in the box with us.
Apparently they didn't like the door open with the wind blowing in.
That, or maybe it was just our analysis. I don't know.
Yes.
Either way, they're not here with us now. Connor Gunn puts one in play, and this one's scooped up quick there. Hard to say. It was Will Eddy again. Last time Will Eddy, the up back, caught one. He went directly out of bounds, and that time he ducked down real quick. And it's still going to be good field position, as it's been all night for Hazel Park. They just haven't done much with it. So they'll take over at their own 40. Saints defense in that you can pin your ears back and go kind of position. And Hazel Park, they're up against it at this time. Motion man is Brooks. He gets the toss in the backfield. Makes something out of it, even though it was pretty crowded. Gets a few. Late flag flies in. We'll see what that is. I saw a Hazel Park player lost a helmet. You wonder if somebody got their hand inside of one for the Saints. A couple of flags it may be. Haven't been a ton of hankies in this one.
Not.
Face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So
There
that's
was a
what it
penalty on the
was.
field.
We had the helmet missing, and that was a dead giveaway. I didn't see the face mask, but put it all together. So not much of a gain, but the face mask moves the Vikings across the 50 all the way to the 41-yard line of the Saints. O'Neal under center. Hurt has it. This is the play they scored a touchdown on at the end of the second quarter. Nothing doing there as he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Much better job keeping contained, bottling it up, and for the most part, Coach, they've done that all night outside of the one play.
And you would wonder if Hazel Park has a scheme to open it up a little bit, because they're not just formation-wise, they're not giving themselves much of an opportunity here.
No, and I think this is their base offense that we're seeing, so they're more comfortable. When they did try to spread it out a little bit in desperation mode, wasn't a lot of productivity, you know. So if you're coaching the Vikings, Coach Callahan, and here they try to throw, and we've got a sack way back
You just
in the backfield.
answered my question.
Yeah, Pennywell deep in the backfield. That's going to bring up third and very, very long for the Vikings. Here you see Pennywell right away. Little trouble with the initial snap, and then back with Gabriel assisting Pennywell with a huge sack. And based on that particular replay, and I understand it's a long way to go, but the Vikings got a pretty good spot here.
Yes.
That was across the 50 on the other end where he got tackled, and
What happened?
somehow forward progress. And another missed snap, and it looks like Carter Peterson's tracking down.
Yeah.
And
Now-
again with the spot. Interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at this just so I'm aware. This is the
He's
play
not
from
down.
before. He's at the very best. Yeah, I don't know how that spot comes to pass. The previous play, and they did it again on this one. Nonetheless, it's 4th and about as long as the cross-country team had to run to the stadium. So they're going to have to punt this away. Punter's been Connor Thomas. Snap is good. Saints apply a little bit of pressure. They've run a reverse on this all night, not this time. And it looks like Owen Blank takes it himself up the sideline. Good return across the 50. So the Saints get a stop with 2 sacks in the possession. And Owen Blank with a 25-yard return across the 50. And the offense will take over from there. And last possession, it was all about running the ball on the ground. Prior to that, it's been through the air. Let's see what they go with here. Ellis out of the gun. Gabriel joins him. Michael Reed joins him in the backfield. Play fake, they pop it over the top. Homecoming King just too high. Almost feels a little bit like they're trying to get Hunter Richardson a touch tonight, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if sometime you get down closer to that in that red zone area, you see him leak out for a catch. Nothing doing there. Pass fell incomplete, pretty well covered by the Vikings, and it's 2nd and 10.
Well, when we throw to the middle of the field, they have 3 guys.
It's bottled up. Yes, interesting little play call here. A little fumble. Ruski to Larrywards and yank around the side. It looks like they handed it to the pulling guard. If I have that correct in some way, they're wrestling over a ball that looked like it was pretty established he was down. Larry, obviously not somebody who runs the ball frequently, kind of rolls himself around the side. A little bit of a trick play there by the Saints, giving Warziniak, an offensive lineman, a carry from his lineman position. And picks up a few, gets 6 on the play. So I'm sure in his dreams that went for 6 points,
yes.
But he's going to have to settle for 6 yards, and the Saints are going to be 3rd and 4. Couple of downs here to get it. Under center, this one's going to Ellis off the right side. Good burst, and he picks up half of it. It's going to be 4th and 1. Saints haven't gone backwards on many rushing downs in this game. See if they stay on the ground here to get a couple. Vikings stack the box. They kind of run a quarterback keeper again. And right behind the work of Hunter Richardson, Peyton Ellis keeps it for a 1st down.
Just keep moving the ball and let the clock run.
At this point, that is the order of the day, up 34-6. Just let that clock run. I still say you get down in the red zone, you try to chuck one to 88.
You do, yep.
No shame in that.
You have to get the ball to the king.
You got to try. .451 to play. Ellis in the gun. He's going to throw anyway. Saints staying aggressive. Jackson Oles has a couple today. This time, Ellis, just a sophomore, but showing some maturity here. That's something that I don't think we would have seen him do earlier on in the season, is that he just – there was a man out there. I think you try to throw it, it's potentially picked. He just threw that one away, and you live to play another down. So a wise move at just 2nd and 10. Offense has shown the ability to move the ball.
Well, and that's one of the problems with a young quarterback, the maturation. You have to make those experiences, those mistakes, in order to have that experience to know when not to do that.
pain is a great teacher, or disappointment is a great teacher. It's just an inconvenient truth. And let's see what he does with it here. He's going to run that out of bounds. I think he might have had a guy that time, but keeps it, runs around the edge. I think he loses a little bit here. It's the third down. It's going to be about 11 and a half, 12 yards to get a first. Kind of interesting. The Saints look like they're going to use a timeout here. 10 seconds left on the play clock. And so at 4:35 left in the third, Coach Bishop wants to talk about this. 3rd and 12. You know, from their sideline, they're probably looking at this still as, you know, I think laymen and announcers and people in the stands aren't probably very concerned at this point about the outcome of this game. But if you're a coach, you're kind of always on edge, and you're thinking that this is a big possession. So
there's not 2 minutes left in the game yet. So.
No, and really, I mean, you've seen crazy things happen in high school sports. I don't think there's any reason to feel like you don't have to score here. I think the urgency is still high to score. After you get this one, you probably feel pretty good about it. You're looking at something in the 40s to single digits. Hazel Park would really have to get on a roll, and our defense has proven themselves time and time again. So. We'll see what they draw up here. 3rd down and 12. Saints offense stalled just a little bit here. Scored a touchdown on their first drive of this half. Ellis from the gun. Michael Reed in motion. They've got Reed on the perimeter, but Ellis is running for his life back there, chased by a number of Vikings. We got a flag out in the middle of the field, and it's going to be difficult to tell what they called. We had 2 players kind of locked up. Neither one of them looked like they did anything worthy of a flag from a personal foul standpoint, so I don't know if it was a hold prior to that. But I saw.
We have 2 flags on the play, one on defense, one on offense.
Let's see what we get.
Defense, face mask. On offense, grounding the ball did not go behind the line of scrimmage. The penalty's offset, we repeat the down.
So it was a face mask out in the middle of the field, and then I think accurately, Ellis underestimated how far he went in reverse on that first initial turnaround, and his throwaway, he was out of the pocket, but you have to get the ball past the line of scrimmage, and that did not go past the line of scrimmage. So 2 good calls there, and it's all for naught as Saints going to do it again, this time from the other side. Flick it out to Gabriel. Not much there. Actually, that's going to go backwards as well. So Saints may bring on the punt team for the first time and try to pin Hazel Park deep. Kari Hurt, Nick Brooks, the deep man. Logan Ellis typically does almost like an option to run rugby style punting. Let's see, snap is good. Just opts to straight punt. We'll see where this goes. It's gonna go out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. So anytime you pin the opposition inside the 20, that's a win. Pretty good punt there by the senior. And Hazel Park, after having really good field position on all of their drives thus far, is looking to need almost 90 yards to score this time, so that plays into the hands of a team that's winning by 28 points.
And again, like I said, if Hazel Park is not going to throw the ball, the clock keeps running.
And it just doesn't look like they're very comfortable playing in an offense where it's got to go tempo and throw the football. It just doesn't appear that way. And really, this is the second quarterback that they've tried to roll out there. And, you know, between the starter, Meeks, not being able to retrieve the snap, and then O'Neal looks like he has a good arm. We've got 3:41 to go, and Hazel Park wants to talk some things over, facing this long and pretty much last-ditch effort here in terms of getting back into this one, and I'll say potentially winning the football game. Coach Callahan and the Vikings talk it over. They're going to put Hurt in motion. They try to get the Saints to jump. They don't. O'Neal under center. Takes the snaps. Pretty jumbled back there. It looks like a broken play. It's not getting any better. And O'Neal's going backwards. And if you recall, on the last possession, he went backwards often. And that might be the third consecutive sack out of the Saints defense. So you talk. When you're up 34-6, it's that time to pin your ears back and have some fun, and the Saints defender is doing that now. Oh, this was ugly from the start. Yes. And it looks like Gabriel got in there and wrapped up first and had some help finishing it off. But it's 2nd and 16, and Vikings are all the way back to the 5. This next play, Coach, this has interception written all over it.
It does.
I'm getting in front of this one. I'm saying pick 6 to the house. It's time you feel like they almost have to throw. And with the pressure that's been put on by this defense, it's hard to envision a scenario where he's going to have a lot of time to pick a receiver. So this one might go up for grabs if they decide to throw it. They pitch it instead. This one's Brooks. He's not going anywhere either. That's Gabriel again, who is doing a nice job along with Blank. So we are working backwards again.
They're running out of space here.
Nowhere to go in the shadow of their own end zone. They see Gabriel first, Blank on top, and I'm having a hard time finding the final one.
Caden Meredith.
It might have been Caden Meredith contributing. We've called his name quite a few times tonight as well. And so you've got 7 seconds on the play clock left. The delay of game would be pretty inconsequential, though. So we'll see if they try to hustle.
1-0, there you go.
And they're going to let it – oh, they're going to give them the delay of game. And I got to tell you, the Vikings are in some trouble here. We've got 3rd down and a whole bunch to go, and even if this falls incomplete somehow or they decide to run the football, they're very likely going to have to punt from deep inside their own end zone.
Punt may be a good choice for a play right here.
This ball is spotted just above the goal line. Saints defense looking to make a play.
Here comes Trevor.
He throws this up for grabs. Ooh, pretty nice effort
bad,
there. Yeah. Nick Brooks put that hand up there. I thought my call was going to be right. That sails about another yard, and I might have got my wish.
Yes, you would.
But a pretty good job getting a paw up there by Nick Brooks. And he kind of knocks it down on his own. If I caught this right, I think behind Brooks, right there is a defensive back.
Right there.
And this is no easy task. This is always the debate. You know, do you bring pressure, try to get the big block, or do you leave it alone and not risk a roughing the punter that restarts the drive? They don't rough. They did pressure. A catch here by Gabriel with a little bit of room. Going to take it up past the 20, near the 15. So the Saints defense gets all the credit for this field position because they have made Hazel Park on their last 2 possessions. You know, I haven't tracked it at all, but it's negative 40 yards of offense, and it's not all penalties. I don't even know if there's been a penalty. It's all sacks and negative plays.
And not surprisingly, Hazel Park looks dispirited here.
Well, and that's what happens. You don't get anything going, and the Saints have done a good job of really just countering, you know, for the first time, the gamesmanship here about countering the looks that you're getting from the Hazel Park defense. The offense has done a nice job of creating matchups and separation, running the ball effectively, staying on time, not committing penalties, and then Gabriel running tough and getting a chunk yardage there to start their drive. Penalties, I think, are the biggest thing. I've waited to say that until there's 2 minutes left here in the third quarter to talk about penalties, because I think you and I have had enough broadcasts this year to know we didn't want to jinx that. But a cleaner football game makes for a much more enjoyable experience for everybody.
Certainly does. Certainly does.
Early on, it was a lot of procedural things. Attribute that to, you know, some of the youth, sophomore quarterback, younger guys on your interior line. But week 7, and it seems like some of these things are starting to click. Gabriel in the backfield. He's going to take it off the left side. Cooper Secord out front. Larry Warziniak as well, along with Trevor Gregg. Pretty good chunky yardage there.
Play after play, those guys do their job.
Having a good night.
Yep.
That is for sure. Probably the best rushing attack as well. I mean, we've talked a lot about going through the air, but after that run by Logan Ellis on that first drive, I mean, I think the yardage is starting to stack up now, and we've got a quarter left to play. And they haven't done anything, I'm going to say, special. They're just running their stuff. You know, ISO right, ISO left. Give it to your guys. I don't know if that's quite enough. Just going to be short. I can see the mark and a closed fist. So you got 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 1. That might happen after the break. It's 34-6, and they don't have to run the play. Now, if you're really feeling yourself, you run your guys up there fast and try to draw an offsides for an automatic first down.
You do.
We'll see if they got everything in order. 8 seconds to go in the third. They're going to run the play. And he's got it. So they run the play to end the quarter. We're going to flip the field, and we're going to hopefully go in for a touchdown here. It's 34-6 on CTV. We'll be back for the 4th after these messages.
North Star Bank, your local community bank serving St. Clair, Sanilac, Huron, and Washtenaw counties. When you need a local community bank for home loans, checking, savings, and other banking needs, North Star Bank is the community bank that you want to deal with. The bank that will take care of all your personal and business needs. North Star Bank has a new mobile application that you can download to make banking even easier. North Star Bank, guiding the way. Member FDIC.
Well, they've got drink specials every day. Rooms upstairs if you want to stay. If you love music, hear it play at the good old Murphy Inn. At the good old Murphy Inn.
Looking for a great spot to enjoy lunch or dinner with fantastic daily food and happy hour specials? Look no further than the Murphy Inn in St. Clair. This is Paul, owner of the Murphy Inn. Our charming Irish pub features different food and drink specials every day of the week, plus live entertainment every Wednesday through Saturday. The inn even offers 7 unique hotel rooms complete with modern amenities, perfect for overnight stays or a weekend getaway.
There ain't no doubt we're going out to the good old Murphy Inn. To the good old Murphy Inn.
And we're picking up right here in the 4th quarter. That toss brought to you by Murphy Inn went backwards a little bit.
Gabriel on the carry.
Gabriel
was met there abruptly by number 2.
met right away by Boyd. So toss left, doesn't go. 2nd and 9 because the Saints picked up that first down right before the break. But I think it was 1st and goal from about the 6, and now it's 2nd and goal from the 9. Talked about this being consequential for the running clock here, Coach White. So looking to punch one in. Ellis looking to throw. This is that homecoming king opportunity here. Ellis going to take it himself, but we got a hanky on the field, so I think he's going to score. And I'll get excited for you at home, but I think we're going to see a comeback.
There's a flag down there.
A lot of times when it takes that long to develop, it is difficult for the offensive line to keep a pocket for that long. You see the flag fly, you've got holding, and so Saints went from 1st and goal from the 6, and I think it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 19-yard line. The optimist in me will say they just have more room to work.
You can keep the offense open.
The whole playbook is now available
That's right.
to Coach Bishop, Coach Gleason, and the Saints. Got 2nd down, and I think our graphic, I think it's still 2nd down, but a long way to go nonetheless. Ellis back to pass, he's going to dump this one off, tried to go to Reed, and it bobbled out of his hand, so it's going to bring up 3rd and very long. They tried to pick up a chunk. Third and a long way to go. Based on extra points, I don't think we're going to be trying any 50-yard field goals, so not a lot of options here other than to start slinging it.
Well, we get a 13 and a 12. We got it.
It'd be a darn thing if we could go no extra points, but then boot a 54-yarder.
There, yes.
Under center is Ellis. He's going to look to throw. He's got Richardson that time. Oh, he had him. He went underneath, but a really nice catch. Scoots away. Is that Oles again? He goes. So Oles wasn't crowned at halftime, but he's the one with 3 TDs, and he waved to Hunter Richardson on the way by.
He didn't get the memo.
Good for him. We're going to get a replay on that. I think Ellis could have gone to either guy and scored on this. Here you see Oles go get it. So Oles underneath, one scoop, turns around, and then goes. So for 6 again, and to cross the 40-point mark, the Saints offense scores, and they're going to bring out the extra point kicker, Connor Gunn. They're going to give it another go, Coach. The snap's good, holds good, kick is low, but it's through. It's through. We were holding bated breath there. Gets it above the crossbar, doesn't hit any of his teammates, and it's 10-36, 41-6. Jackson Oles with his 3rd touchdown catch of the day. Somebody call Welper at the Times Herald.
Yes.
And with that, Coach, we're at the 35-point lead mark, and I believe that constitutes a running clock. So this will go quickly. And as much as we'd like to see Logan Ellis and all these seniors play on homecoming night, they do have another football game next week, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see the Saints get into that depth chart now with time about to wind down quick.
Well, it's a perfect opportunity. It's an opportunity to get repetitions for the guys that you may need. You're always one play away from, now we need somebody.
And Connor Gunn going to do the work again here. A good deep kick that time. Fielded and fair caught.
I thought he put his knee down.
Did he catch that from a knee? I don't.
Anybody that bought a 50-50
sure.
ticket, get your tickets out. Will be announced.
We don't really have a signal. We had a bunch of whistles. Did we have offside? Did we not have a ready for play? In high school football, you don't get all the luxury of the announcements at everything that happens. So we're going to be left to speculate. I'm going to guess they never signaled that ready for play. The crowd was pretty loud. Maybe there was an assumption made. Nonetheless, Counter Gun going to try that again. This time they are ready for play. And it's kind of a wobbler to Eddie. We've seen this before, and he goes right down. Number 13, Will Eddy. He's got no real interest in actually returning that thing. He's either under strict orders that he's not allowed to, or he's not interested. And he goes right down. He's got good hands. He can catch, but it's going to be the 40-yard line, and that's it. Saints defense back on the field. Hazel Park's offense with good field position again. Haven't been able to do much with it all day. And the clock is going to run. O'Neal pitches, hurt with it. This is the play that we've seen him get a little bit on, and that's going to be a nice hit there. Richardson with a tackle.
That's not going to throw me the ball.
Yeah,
and make the tackle.
Little frustration coming out there. Wouldn't have been surprised if he would have stood right up and pointed at Jackson Oles. Stealing a couple of his catches. But a nice tackle by Richardson. Nice little carry there, though, for the Vikings. And Kari Hurt picked up about 6. They run the dive here. Good push there by the offensive line. Saints stack it up. Still on his feet, though, is that's Jimmy Brinson. He's had a couple carries, done a nice job with him. Had a couple defensive plays as well. Brinson plays fullback on offense and is a tackle, I believe, on the defensive front. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. O'Neal pitches outside. Brooks with it. Saints trying to string it out. They can't. Gets around the edge. This is Brooks in a foot race. Pretty quick. Knocked out of bounds. Out on the sideline. Might have been Owen Blank that knocked him out. Good gain there. You didn't see the Saints are trying to string it outside. Oh, a couple of the ends get caught too far in. Even Logan Ellis that time caught in the wash.
Yeah, and the pursuit angles were not very good.
No, that was the first time the defense seemed a little too relaxed there. Oh. Good cut back there. Hurt kind of tripped over his own feet. And he's down at about the 30. Second down and 8 to go. Time winding down here at East China Stadium. Hazel Park operating from the 29-yard line. It's Brooks on the toss. They just had a nice gain on this. This time bottled up better. Number 70 on the tackle is Drew LeDuc in on that one. Just a yard on that one, brings up 3rd. Hazel Park just using 2 plays out of the playbook now. Tossing left, tossing right, keeping it real simple, and the Saints sniffed that one out. And Kari Hurt is at least disappointed there. I think that was an example, Coach, of that body language that you talked about, and that's just a product of being down 41-6. Everything seems to hurt a little bit more, and you're just a little more tired when the game is out of reach and the clock's just winding. It's going to bring 4th and 11 to the Vikings. O'Neal under center. We've seen pretty much just tosses here, and that ball was botched on the snap, and that's going to be a turnover on downs or just a turnover back to the Saints, who are going to go and bring their offense back out onto the field. And as this clock continues to wind here on homecoming night, this will go really fast. The coach, just in general, this was the game that we've been kind of looking for out of the Saints, staying on schedule. The offense played a little more free. They got some other people involved and didn't just all try to hop on the Logan Ellis shoulders. Got contributions out of everybody, and, particularly Jackson Oles with the 3-touchdown night.
Absolutely. This is a memorable one for Jackson, but it's also, I agree with you. This is the best we've seen in the 4 times we've been here.
Rhythm-wise, it's just a lot easier to play football when you're not shooting yourselves in the foot with penalties. They didn't do that tonight. A couple is part of football, but none of them are really procedural. I mean, we've seen a lot of those false starts delay. Again, nothing like that tonight. Played clean in that regard. And then even when they made mistakes offensively with a couple of picks, the defense got the ball right back for them. They played complimentary football, and that's what happens is you win football games. You play that way. And for all of you watching at home, we mentioned it really early. Obviously, the Saints are a 2-5 football team, not having the season maybe they wanted as a product of the youth that we've talked about throughout. But Hazel Park had everything to play for today. They're a 4-3 football team. They're trying to make the playoffs, although they're in the league below in the bronze. It's not like they came in here as a heavy underdog, and the Saints are putting it on them. With the running clock here at East China Stadium, they had to hustle to get the 50-50 ticket up there in the waning moments. Probably a pretty decent pot here. While Hazel Park didn't travel particularly well, Saints fans came out in droves. So after the timeout, Saints back out there. 4:41 to go, 2nd and 6. As this snap goes, the clock will run. They sling it outside. Oh, goodness, I think that's Ben Farkas now into the game playing quarterback for the Saints. And I think he had his man. And I'm guessing, Coach, that we're in a full-on deep into the depth chart. I don't even have a number for 21. Obviously, we had talked earlier that Farkas was the backup quarterback. He's just a freshman. So the youth movement is on the field right now. And that was actually a pretty nice little play. Third down, they're going to hand this one off. Caught in the backfield. Looks like it was Yost, possibly.
Yep, I think that it is.
Austin Yost, a junior. It's going to bring up 4th down. You may see a punt here out of the Saints. So they bring Ellis back into punt. Let's see if he just runs immediately off to the sideline after he punts it. Nice little punt. It's going to dribble down inside the 35 to the 34. Jackson Oles was trying to get in there to down it. I'll try to get this right, Coach, as I kind of recap the scoring for today. Early on, we had a touchdown catch by Liam Nesbitt. They did repeat plays and went over the top to him early. I believe after that, it was an Ellis touchdown. And then it became the Jackson Oles show for a hot minute with 3 touchdowns in there and maybe another by Peyton. And I'm possibly confusing that with a 2-point conversion. Nonetheless, they've spread it around today a little bit. And Jackson Oles benefited from some good quarterback play, but some nice route running and catching all on his own. His first touchdown catch, I was really impressed with the way that he had kind of readjusted and came back to the football. Hazel Park going to call timeout.
This is what you're looking for at your homecoming.
Yeah, this is about perfect.
Yeah.
Everybody's involved. Everybody gets to contribute. It's a nice night. Community's out. Kind of everybody here in support. All levels of cheerleaders, the entire band, cross-country team, everybody kind of on display, and then the football team puts on a show and gets all of their guys in the game as well. Saints going to close out their season next week. I believe that's against Port Huron Northern.
It is, right here.
Right here at East China Stadium. So today is not senior night. I believe that'll be Bill Nesbitt on the call with you for the Northern game.
He's got the bug.
It's going to be number 7 again, Nick Brooks. No change in the depth chart for the Vikings, but the Saints have mostly subs in. They got their ears pinned back. They're going after people right now. Minute to go. And 55 seconds remaining, and it looks like no matter what, Coach, no matter what we do or how clean we play or how many running clocks we get, there is no way that a football game featuring the St. Clair Saints on CTV is going to end gracefully, right? So a couple timeouts here in the last minute. I'm not quite sure what there is to discuss at this point, but obviously it's important. You can't take your timeouts on the bus with you.
You cannot. Or they've just been waiting until this point in the game for a 3rd and 13 opportunity.
It's got to be that, or they just wanted to listen to the band play Billie Eilish songs. Third down and a whole bunch. The Vikings are out of timeouts, and they're going to pitch this one back. So they took a timeout to run a play that we've seen on repeat, and this one's going to be a 4th and long. And they're going to have to run a play, even though the clock's running. Just 35 seconds on the play clock, so they're going to have to either punt it or run it here. Coach, as we wind down, and I'm not going to be here next week with you, just wanted to say it's been a pleasure out here. Had a fun year in the booth.
It's been fun, and it's good to see the progress the Saints have made during the year.
No doubt about it. Lots of learning took place. I'm sure there were times that it was a little more painful than they had liked, but really, for what it's worth, we've been able to witness victories during these broadcasts. You know, they've won the games a little bit ugly here and there. But they're going to get this one here on homecoming night. Congratulations to Coach Bishop and the Saints and the Saint faithful and Hunter Richardson. He couldn't get his touchdown, but he got his crown. Hopefully the students enjoy themselves tomorrow. Alyssa Van Buskirk, congratulations to you, homecoming queen. And that's going to do it here at East China Stadium. Until next week on CTV and Saints football. Coach Denny White, and I'm Brad Robbins, and it was a pleasure to bring it to you. We'll see you next time on CTV.
You've been watching East China High School Sports, presented by Magda. Join us again soon for more East China High School sports action on CTV, your community TV channel for Marine City and St. Clair.